For the next few minutes, I'm going to invite you to explore your body from the inside out, from the outside in, and then invite movement into your body. We'll begin by picking a place to sit, stand, or lie down. And make sure you choose a place that you can move freely. And once you've chosen your place, begin to take a gentle breath in and a slow breath out, noticing what you sense and feel in your body. Where is the breath moving as you breathe in and as you breathe out? What parts of your body are responding to the movement of the breath? And take a few rounds of breath to explore sensations, feelings, movement as it relates to your breathing. And I'm going to invite you to explore your body through sensation, awareness, and movement. So we'll start at the feet. Notice the places that your feet are touching the floor. If you're wearing shoes or socks, notice the places your feet are touching the shoes, the socks, and how the shoes and the socks might be giving you a boundary. How the floor might be creating some grounding in your body. Sense your feet from the inside out. What parts of your feet, your ankles, are giving you the strongest feedback? And when you know where your feet, your ankles, your toes are in space, invite movement into those parts of your body. Subtle movements, intuitive movements. It doesn't have to be right, just move. And if for some reason a body part does not move physically, visualize movement in that body part. There are lots of options: pointing and flexing the foot, spreading wide through the toes, squeezing your toes in, circles with your feet, your ankles. But take a few moments to explore what is possible here. And invite stillness back to your feet and ankles. Notice what has changed through movement. And we'll bring our awareness up the lower legs to the knee. Notice what you feel in the back of the lower legs, the calves, the front of your lower legs, the shins, the outsides of your lower legs, the insides of your lower legs. Bring your awareness up to your knee joint. And once you know where your lower leg is, from the outside in, begin to feel from the inside out. Notice how your knee relates to your ankle, to your foot. And then invite movement into your lower legs, incorporating the knees, if you'd like to, the feet and the ankles, any sort of intuitive movement that speaks to you. You might notice what's different right to left. Swaying the lower legs forward and back or side to side. What is possible here? And bringing stillness back to the lower legs. Notice what has shifted in movement. How has the movement affected what you sense and feel in your lower legs? And we'll travel from the knee up the legs to the hips, noticing your upper thighs, your quadriceps, the back of your upper legs, your hamstrings, the outer legs, the inner thighs, and how that relates into your hips and pelvis. You may bring your awareness to your pelvic floor, to your glutes. If you're seated in a chair, you might notice the grounding that is creating where you're touching the chair. Notice your outer hips. And from an awareness of your pelvis and your upper legs, begin to sense from the inside out, the outside in. And once you know where your upper legs are, what you're feeling there, begin to move your upper legs with that awareness of your hips, that awareness of your knees, your lower legs, your ankles, your feet. What is possible here? You may march in place. You may take your upper legs in circles, maybe one at a time, seeing what's different on each side. You may explore what's possible in the pelvis, maybe tilting the pelvis forward and back, swaying your hips side to side. Get curious with movements here, noticing how the hips, the legs, the knees, the ankles, the feet relate to one another. And when you're done exploring here, come back to rest or stillness and notice what has shifted in movement in your pelvis, your upper legs. And we'll travel up the body to the torso, noticing your belly space, your low back, your chest, your mid and upper back, the right rib cage, the left rib cage. And begin to sense your torso from the outside in, the inside out. What sensations are present here? And once you know where your torso is in space, maybe connect in with how it relates to your pelvis. And begin to move your torso in some way. Knowing that the bulk of our spine is here, so you might explore a twist. You might round your body swaying forward and back, noticing flexion and extension of the spine. You might bend side to side, noticing lateral flexion and how that relates to your rib cage, to your spine. And as you're moving your torso, notice how the pelvis, the legs, the feet, the ankles are supporting this movement. What's possible here? And when you've explored your movement, come back to stillness, to rest, checking in with what the movement revealed about your body and your relationship to it. We'll travel further up the body to the shoulders, noticing your breastbone, your collarbones, the top of the right arm, the top of the left arm, your shoulder blades, and how they relate to your upper back. Notice your shoulders from the outside in, the inside out. And notice how they relate to the torso where we just explored. How they're sitting on top of your torso. And when you know where your shoulders are, you sense and feel the possibility of movement here. Begin to explore movement. Possibly shrugging your shoulders up and down, circles. Maybe notice the difference in right and left side. And incorporate the arms if you like. The arms move in relationship to the shoulders. So if you'd like to swing the arms by your side or take the arms in circles, explore what's possible here. Continuing movement in the shoulders, bring your awareness down to the elbows on the right and left arm, and incorporate movement in the elbows and let that relate to the shoulders. What changes by adding that little detail? And continuing this movement exploration, let's bring our awareness down to the wrists and see if we can incorporate movement in the hands, the elbows, the shoulders. What is possible here? And then we'll find stillness, rest, and check in. What has shifted in your embodied experience through movement in the shoulders, the elbows, the wrists? How does that movement relate to the torso, the hips, the legs, the knees, the ankles, the feet? And we'll bring our awareness above the shoulders to the neck, noticing the back of the neck, the front of the neck where you swallow, the right and left side of the neck, sensing your neck in relation to your shoulders, from the inside out, the outside in. And you may notice your lower jaw and how it connects into the neck. And once you know where your neck is in space, you're sensing what you feel here, begin to move your neck in some way. And you'll probably immediately notice the head will be moving as well. Any sort of movement that feels right to you. You may nod your chin up and down like you're saying yes, or gently side to side like you're saying no. It may feel nice to bob your head side to side, bringing some lateral movement to your cervical spine. And now let's get curious about what's possible above the neck. Maybe scrunching up your face like you smelled something bad, or opening your mouth to yawn. What sorts of movements are possible with your facial muscles? Blinking strongly, squishing a little air around in your mouth like you have mouthwash, moving your eyebrows. Those are suggestions, but see what's possible. Notice how the movement in your neck relates to the movement in your shoulders. How the torso, the hips, the legs, knees, ankles, feet are supporting the movement in your cervical spine, your neck and head. And then we'll come to stillness one more time, getting curious about what was revealed in movement. Reconnect through your feet and ankles, up the lower legs to the knees, up the upper legs to the pelvis, through the torso and spine, to the neck, the shoulders, the arms, the crown of your head. And bring your hands to your heart center. Connecting to your heart, the physical engine of your body, and to what the heart represents: love, strength, courage, compassion, possibility. Acknowledge those things in yourself.